Hello. Since our last meditation session, which was amazing, I did write something in that session and I shared it with friends, and they were kind enough to ask me to basically reread it again and share it on our Facebook page. And I thought, this is a good opportunity for me to sit, relax, and reread it again. I know when we have our mind focused on a subject matter, everything around that subject gets brighter in life. And it seems everything is communicating with you on that subject matter. The music we listen to, the movie we may watch, the nature, and of course the inner chatter in contemplation. And it seems these faculties get excited sharing something about that subject matter with us and shedding some light toward what we basically want to think about. Since last month that we brought up the subject of self-acceptance, I've been in this state of mindfulness, and I gathered and wrote these notes that I'm going to read around self-acceptance. So when I thought about self-acceptance, of course, we know the meaning of the word, but I thought, I should go actually on a roller coaster on this ride. And I had a couple of fundamental questions like, what's life? The life that as we know it, and the life that we are in process of knowing. What's unity? Me, you, us, nature, cosmos. What's love? The driving force, the gravity between each other, the unknown energy that we all talk about, and of course, what is self? And we have to know what self is before we be able to accept it. And as self, is it an identity? Is it a physical boundary? Is it our consciousness? What is self? So around the self, these are some of the information that I either thought about it or gathered from here or listened on a music or heard it on a podcast. So identity and self. To be truthful, there are no ups or down, east or west. On a round globe in the middle of nowhere universe, there's only inward and outward. And we all define the east and west and north and south and forward and backward, all for our convenience. But other than that, it's just inward and outward that can define. Outward is what makes our identity, all that we can sense and feel with our physical senses, all that separates us from each other and everything else. We can fix outward as much as we want, and it only gives us convenience and comfort, and not well-being. For well-being, we have to know and manage our inner aspects of life. And self-acceptance is the first step to know your extraordinary within. You're the masterpiece, and you can rewrite the stars. And for the world that we are in making, the echoes of your melody will remain forever. Once we accept and love ourselves, love with capital L, and the masterpiece that we are, we'll realize that everyone and everything is a piece of which that never fails. This universe is too precise to assume it has made any kind of mistakes or anything is a coincidence. Even the location we were born, the family we were raised in, the society we grew up in, there are reasons beyond our understanding for all of it. And aside from our physical identities, limitations and boundaries, there is no difference between us, and love becomes our connecting energy, the gravity without time and space, the unifying source of this paradoxical unity of physical and spiritual, if you will. And of course, the big talk of love. Love is a force that dissolves these boundaries and makes you see everything and everyone as yourself. And that's when the unity emerges. Rumi has a great saying, says, "You're not a drop in an ocean. You are a mighty ocean in a drop." And I love this. It's mind-blowing. So I'm going to read it one more time because I always get excited about this reading it. It says, Rumi says, "You're not a drop in an ocean. You're a mighty ocean in a drop." And of course, we're going to talk about unity. Once this is realized, identity means nothing. And only then life, with capital L, emerges. Only then every growing flower, every falling leaf, every working ant, every breath we take makes sense, and we'll know ourselves as everything and everyone. We are the creators. We are dreamers, authors, manifestors in the context of collective consciousness within this universe that we are floating in. Given a chance by the supreme, inexpressible creator that brought us here through a particle with a big bang to practice our magnificence and see what we can make of this life. This virtual reality we are in the making. It's our core to seek identity. That's why we are always hungry for growth and change. But unfortunately, we get distant from the real search of growth, and we confuse owning with growing and expanding. Children have no limitations, and they believe the whole universe is theirs, and they can do anything. They can be anyone. But over time, they get affected by society and become adults, if you will, and lose real sense of expansion, and confuse that by gaining fame, power, wealth, and basically seeking their identity within the finite materials, which is never fulfilled and can turn to ego, which is basically edging God out or falling out of real abundance. And that's when ownership of stuff becomes acceptance of identity. We tend to define our identity with degrees we have, the car, house, or wealth we have accumulated, which is far from who we tend to be as human beings. And of course, the subject of life. Life is beautifully simple and simply beautiful, unified with love and empowered with self-acceptance. Once we know how precious we are and what we are capable of, and realize that we are all in this together as one, that's when self-acceptance finds its real meaning. So self-acceptance is knowing the entirety of your own user manual, which is intertwined with knowing life, love, and self. All right, to conclude this conversation with a simple visualization practice, I wrote a very simple kind of visualization practice that I would like to read, and if you want to practice it with me, that would be great. Just to get a sense of life, love, and the precious being that you are. Simply close your eyes, and it just makes it easier to become borderless when you close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And breathe out from your mouth. Now, while your eyes are closed, imagine a ball of light within the center of your body, any color you wish to be. That's your limitless core or pure soul, fulfilled with possibilities, love, and life. It's yours. Look at its color. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at the vibrations and energy that's within it. Now expand it big enough to cover all your body. Now your body or identity is surrounded and filled by it. Just stay in that state for a while. How does it feel that energy field is covering you and going through your body and giving you energy, and it's all yours. It's all created by you. Now expand the light to the space you're sitting in, so that it includes everyone on that space. If this light is you, then everyone in it is a part of you. Everyone or everything is covered and filled with your pure energy of love and life. Now expand it to the outside of the building you're sitting in or the environment you're sitting in, where it includes other people's, plants, animals. Breathe in. Breathe out. Realize what you breathe out is what trees will breathe in. And what trees breathe out is what you are breathing in. It's like half your lung are on the trees. They are part of you, and you are part of them. There's no separation. Now expand your light to cover the whole earth, so that everyone and everything is covered and filled with your love and life. It's all you. It's all within you. There is no separation. You are in charge of filling everything and everyone with love and life. How does it feel? The Mother Earth. Now, expand this to the whole cosmos. Expand your globe of light, of life, love, and energy to stars, galaxies. All of it is within your light of love and life. Amazing, isn't it? And finally, expand it to unknowns and infinity. This is who you really are. Embrace the unknown. And this is the mystery of your gift. Accepting life is self-acceptance. Thank you for listening.